It's Thursday.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Josh is back.
I'm back.
Hooray. And we had massive flooding in the shop. Yay.
Yay.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Oh,
My hill
Ben
removal.
seemed to have made it worse.
Yeah. Actually, I think what happened is now it came in from a different part.
Oh.
So
That's good.
it used to come in from the side of the building. And I think what happened is the water, as it was running away, it came around and it came in that back garage door.
Oh.
Because that back garage door is basically flush with the ground. And so the water kind of made like a lake that wrapped the entire back of the building. Because the water is still below grade, but not once it wraps around the corner. So I think the water was trying to exit the scene, and instead it just was like, oh, look, this is lower.
We have a lake now.
Yep.
Lake Stubblefield.
Like Stubblefield.
At least you changed it. Like,
yeah. Well, we're getting closer. So
yeah.
We have another mitigation plan underway, but it's more money.
That fall hiring professional.
Like people are like, oh, hire people, and I'm like, so they can dig a trench, like, and charge me $20,000? No, like, I don't. Anyway, I think people who say these things haven't run a business before, because it's when you're trying to run a business and we're trying to start it and pay for the business and bootstrap it. You don't just hire everyone to do everything, because you'll run out of money.
Unless you have venture capital money.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. If it's someone else's money, who cares? But when it's your own money, you're like, eh.
I love spending other people's money. We were just talking about that.
I'm an expert at spending other people's money.
But you're gonna have to get the Bobcat again and do some more.
We already rented a backhoe this time.
Ooh, going big. All right.
Well, it's a baby backhoe. It's
old Mini X. All right.
Yeah. It's a Kubota little tractor, because we only need to make a trench that's wider than the French drain pipe.
Yep.
Well, we got the water to create its own little river flowing to the stream.
Oh, nice.
So far.
Nice.
Yeah. So now we need to dig. We just got to dig it down all the way. So it's, 200 feet or so of a trench that we need to dig. So we thought about it doing a ditch witch, but if we do a ditch witch, then we still would need to get like a Bobcat or a backhoe or something to be able to scoop the dirt out. And so doing a backhoe can do the same thing the ditch witch can. It just probably be a little bit slower. But then we can go scoop it up. Because the ditch witch was really expensive to rent compared to the little.
The problem is we needed the full size ride-on one to get the channel wide enough.
Yep.
And it was huge.
And it was like $400 a day or something.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Man. It's like so frustrating.
When are they coming to redo the asphalt out front?
We still haven't even gotten the damn quote.
Oh.
They were supposed to give me the quote on Saturday. They haven't. I emailed them today. I'm like, give me the quote. So
maybe they don't want to do it.
Maybe not. So I posted on the local group on Facebook. Hey, anyone knows someone who does concrete? So I want at least a couple quotes.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily going to go with the cheapest quote. I'm going to go with who I think is going to do a good job. So we kind of both agreed. We think we have to do concrete. I think it's just going to fail again if we do asphalt. Combination of all the stupid delivery trucks parking at the exact same spot every single day. And then the water, just the way that the terrain is right there, all the water is just heading right towards that driveway.
I was thinking about it. Maybe we should put a sign out by the street that says no delivery trucks or something.
They're gonna listen.
I mean, we
Yeah.
have the same drivers. We could tell them, don't come in here anymore. You're fucking up our driveway.
Then your stuff's going to be thrown at the end of the
I would
street.
say I don't know if I want to piss off the delivery guys. I'd rather have the deliveries like get into the building nicely.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the Amazon delivery people already are idiots, and the Amazon packages end up everywhere, like random weird places and stuff. Versus at least we have the same UPS guy and the same FedEx guy like almost every single day.
Yeah.
So
He's got a point,
This
though.
guy wants us to sell his car for him.
yeah, the French drain. So we're gonna put in 2 box drains or whatever they're called, like one at the corner and the other one at the corner, and then French drains in between. So hopefully that helps prevent it from getting clogged. And we bought one of the French drains that's got like a pre-built screen on it. So we also have 20 yards of limestone gravel coming that we're gonna dump everywhere. So,
Yep.
To be fair, last night's storm was unusually strong. Very bad. It was really bad.
Definitely
That
had a
was
few in a row.
it was a really slow moving storm, and it was just dumping like super hard. Like there was no wind because like the rain was just coming straight down, and it hit about like 2 a.m. and I looked out at I woke up because it was so loud, and I went and looked at my rain gauge. And first of all, my gutters, the house couldn't keep up, so the gutters were overflowing. And I looked out, and they were just blasting water out of the gutter. So I mean, I was like, oh damn, like it's exceeded the gutter's capacity. And it said at one point I was watching it, and my rain gauge said it was raining at a rate of 5 inches an hour.
Dang.
Dang.
That's serious rain. That's like hurricane rain.
Yeah. I mean, I think the news said 4 people died in San Antonio from flooding.
Yeah,
But I saw
5
that.
people. 5.
Like, it was 5 now. Jeez. So yeah, that's some heavy rain. So
Mhm. Yeah, it was legit. It was really. I know I'm late.
the audio is not. It's just your video.
I mean, I don't even care.
Yep.
I'm pissed off there right now.
I'm watching the Google Fiber trucks get closer to my neighborhood. I'm just waiting.
Oh, you're like, please, please.
Yeah. They're across the major street now. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, it's so close.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll never see anything cool like that out here.
Give it 10 years.
Mm. I don't even know about that.
There's always Starlink.
Yep.
No, the delay on that stuff's even worse because now it has to like go all the way out and back, and the upload speeds suck.
No.
So,
They're getting better, but it still sucks.
mm,
Spectrum's still better.
mm, yeah, yeah. So, what's going on with gatekeeping F430s? There are 3 to 4 overpriced conversion cars that have been on the market 1+ year, and the Scud 6MT back car is back on the market for $100K more than sale. Well, I saw that about the Scud, and the person that bought that's an idiot. They're like, I'm gonna buy this car on a public auction. Everyone's gonna know exactly what I paid for it, and I'm gonna
Some
mark it
idiot
up.
might actually pay him that didn't know it was on bat. Who knows?
I mean, there's no way that they're gonna get $100K over what they paid for it on bat.
Yeah.
No way. Unless it's someone who's got so much money they don't care, and they're just like, whatever, and they're just gonna sit on it for the next 3 years.
Do you think
But-
if someone's using a broker, they wouldn't be Googling VINs and they wouldn't like have that be the first thing that pops up and like, oh, this car just sold for 100,000 less or something? Like,
Yeah.
is there? I don't know how you never see that price.
Somebody
fact
with
that-
too much money that just doesn't care might just be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool. I'll take it." You
The
never
interesting
know.
thing about the converted Scuds is they don't increase in value with the conversion. They basically stay the same, if not maybe go down a tiny bit. So, but this is the first time because that car's got what it was like 20-something thousand miles, I think, or I can't remember now.
The Scud. I mean, I don't think I'd buy a converted one.
No, I wouldn't. I would absolutely not. I want that SF2 transmission.
Yeah.
Like that's the point of that car. If you want that in a manual car, just make a lightweight 430. Like if you really need to, you can buy the ignition system of a Scud. I guess it technically has like different heads and different compression and a couple other minor differences, but it's like to me the big difference was that the transmission in the Scud was so good. Oh well. What else? Oh, I saw the F44. They've been talking about that for a couple months now.
Yeah.
Yep. And Ferrari said they would consider manual in their Icona series, so makes sense. All
Yeah.
good.
I hope they do. That'd be cool.
Yeah. It'll be awesome.
God
It'll be
knows.
$6 million.
I'd say it'll be like retail will be like 4 to 5 million, and it'll be immediately 8 million or something.
Yep.
So whatever. Definitely not going to be driving one of those anytime soon.
You never know. You might get one in for service.
I don't think, dude, my insurance won't let me touch that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a call for sure.
Keep that thing away from me, man. I don't even want to get near it.
Park it on the French drain.
Yeah.
There you go.
Crunch. Oh, Lordy. Well, we are desperate for cars. We're down to 3 vehicles in inventory.
Dang.
We
Does that
have
include the Jag or not?
no.
Okay.
Never include the Jag, Tyler. Never.
Right. Being hopeful. Come on.
We've got the coaster bus, which isn't even listed for sale. We just have it. We've got the black 458, and then the LC 500.
The
Wow.
Vetsco?
That's it. Everything else is gone. So down to 3. We need cars.
Yeah,
really
good
bad.
problems to have, I guess.
I'm really surprised the 458 is hanging around.
That too.
Oh man,
Very surprised.
I swear to God, if that car was red, it would be sold 10 times over for $10,000-$15,000 more than we listed it. It's insane how much harder it is to sell a black Ferrari than a red Ferrari.
I don't get it. It looks so good. And it's a really great price. You've got it at too.
And we just lowered it to 185.
Jeez.
I'm like, okay. Whatever.
We'll just keep lowering it until someone buys it. Someone will get a deal on that car.
Yeah, it needs to go. We
Such a great driving car. It's just really is.
Yeah. Let's see. How did we do on the C4S? I mean, shockingly, it sold in like a week. It was so I was surprised. And that was very interesting because when we listed it for sale, we kind of looked at every C4S that was on the market and all the ones that had sold within the last, 6 months. And we priced it pretty aggressive to what we saw other cars sell at that we could, find data on. And when we listed it, like it was a mixed bag. People were like, "Oh my God, it's way too much money." And then there was other people who were like, "Holy shit, it's cheap." And we're like, "Well, which is it?" And so the guy who bought it was just like, "I think it's a great deal, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I've always wanted one. I'm buying it." And we're like, "Okay."
Cool.
So I think the people that know that market thought it was a good deal. And people who just kind of casually browsed the market thought it was over.
The Porsche guys that I talked to thought it was a pretty decent deal for a car that's pretty rare.
So, oh yeah. John does need a 458, doesn't he?
We'll give him a screaming deal.
Dude, I'll sell to him near cost because he's John.
There you go, John. I hope you're listening.
We'll help you modify anything on it you want to.
Yeah, we'll delete the cats, throw in some headers, and then it'll scream.
Yeah.
It actually sounds pretty good the way it is, honestly.
It does.
It sounds all right. I would like a little bit louder.
It's plenty loud when you're getting after it. It's not ear piercing.
A little bit more, just a little bit, not a ton.
You couldn't hear anything over your car though, Dan, in Tennessee, so you can't say anything.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh,
It's too late to do the conversion on Scott's car because we're
Yeah,
got
the
it all
trans
back
is-
together.
trans is back in, so no.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one thing after another with that car.
Great.
Okay, I swear to God, when we pulled off the timing covers, we checked the belts and they were okay. Like they were a little saggy, but then I don't know if the power steering fluid got on them or something.
No, when I looked at it today, Nate had turned the engine over or whatever.
It's tighter.
The belts were tighter.
Hmm.
They weren't as nearly as tight as they were supposed to be, but they were tighter.
Yeah, so maybe it was just it moved the crank a little bit and it
But
got to a spot that was
It's
more
still way
relaxed.
too loose. You can rotate it
Yeah,
90 degrees easily.
but I guess I just what it is I didn't notice that the tensioner was totally collapsed.
Yeah.
I should have looked at that. But yeah, when we looked at those belts, we were like, "You got lucky."
The interesting thing is they
looks like I
reused.
got
They reused. It looks like they reused the tensioners and the tensioner pulleys whenever they did the belts last. They just belt
Yeah.
slapped it. They didn't replace any of that
What?
stuff.
At that point, it's like, what was the point of that?
What's the point, right?
To
I'm
say
glad
that
y'all
it has belts, they could have spent an extra couple $100 and or
Yeah.
500,
Like
600 bucks.
you're already removing the belts, so
It's what,
the
6
extra
more bolts?
labor, the extra, it's literally 3 more bolts
3.
that you have to remove to change out the tensioner and the bearing. 3,
Yeah,
and
we
one
were-
of them you've already loosened.
Yeah, we went back and forth about whether to do it or not, and we had decided to not do it. And I
Yeah.
told my wife, "Great, good news, we don't have to do this, right?" And then you called and let me know, and she was like, "Oh God, really?" And I was like, "But I want to show you this video because if that thing was to skip a tooth or two, that engine is baked. It's over." I'm so I'm so glad that you guys saw it. I was not upset at all when you showed me that because I would much rather have to just pony up and
Oh,
get it.
the
Well, when
piece
we
of
when we
mind-
saw it, we were like, "God damn it! You got to call Scott and tell him."
Well, today I had the impulse to pick up my phone and text Dan like, "Hey, I haven't talked to you in 2 days. What's the bad news now?" Like, what? What's that?
right?
It's been
Actually, I think- What are we waiting? We're waiting on something.
We're
aren't we?
waiting on the timing belt kit.
Oh, the timing belt kit. Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Everything else is done. So it'll go
Yeah.
back together pretty quick.
Yeah,
once we
the
get that.
trans is in. Most of the power steering's done. I think he has one more hose to connect tomorrow, and then the power steering's done. We already bled the F1. So the new F1 pump is bled. The clutch is bled. The actuator is bled. So, dude, that new F1 pump is insane. It's like got a totally different pitch to it.
Nice.
We've never used one of those before. It's the big uprated pump, and it hustles. Like the old pumps would always like take a little bit to charge up the F1 pressure. It'd take like, I don't know, 10 seconds on it. This thing does it in like 1.5. It's like, brrr!
Dang.
You're like, oh, I'm ready.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. When do you guys recommend replacing tensioners on a 360 nut bearings? Every time you're changing the timing belts, change the tensioners and the bearings. I mean, the extra cost is almost nothing. Like it's a couple $100 extra for peace of mind.
Even on the 355, when I took the belt or the timing covers off of that one of the belts was a little bit loose, and that had been done about 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mine were supposedly have done last 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they obviously just didn't replace the
I
tensioners.
think- I think what happened is they reused the tensioners and the bearings, and the tensioner just collapsed.
Yeah.
So it probably was okay when they set it, but the tensioner gave out over the last 2 years, and it just because the one tensioner is still reasonably okay, but
Yeah.
um,
That throwout bearing, I reassembled that thing today, put the sensor and stuff on it. The old one was a Hill Engineering, so it had been replaced before.
Hmm.
So it definitely had a second clutch in it, or it was on its second clutch.
someone's been in there and did
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we showed you the picture of that that banjo bolt on the oil cooler line. We were like, what the hell is this?
What I thought was interesting, and I figured I don't think I told you, Dan, but I think I figured out why he was having trouble with his clutch and everything. Is
Oh,
the
really?
throwout bearing, the bearing, the bearing sits in the middle of the housing. It was off center a little bit.
Whoa.
And so I think what was happening is it was actuating and getting stuck halfway.
Oh,
It was
Wait,
I'll show you
moving.
tomorrow. I kept it. The thing is
Wow.
off center. It was really weird. I was like, what the hell? I've never
well,
seen
that
that.
bearing was toast.
Yeah.
I mean, all the grease in that bearing had sprayed out.
Yeah.
Is that your old 430? Is that car?
No. This is another 430. Daryl's 430.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his car.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know exactly what you mean when you're typing that. I feel that. too.
Right.
Yeah, that's his car. No, he shipped it down from Indiana, and at first it like, so I read the clutch life, and I'm like, it's at 75%. That's, and he's like, no, trust me, it was slipping and blah blah. The clutch is toast. I'm like, okay. I mean, which the computers are frequently wrong, so I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then we pulled it off, and immediately we saw the throwout bearing. We're like, oh yeah, there's a problem. The clutch was getting there, like it was worn, but it wasn't dead.
It probably has like 25% life left on it or something.
It does. No, that's exactly where it was.
Yeah.
It was at 75% wear.
Oh,
But
okay.
given the grease that came out of that throwout bearing, it probably was getting some grease on it, and it was slipping. And
Well, the jankiest thing was that transmission cooler line.
there is. It was never slipping. It was a whine. Well, that would.
Well, it's vibrating because the throwout bearing is off center and it's spinning.
Well,
and
it's
going
toast.
like this.
Yeah. And that throwout bearing has almost no grease left in it.
It's
I mean,
actually good because that you're doing this because that could have caused damage to the transmission.
yeah, vibrating it and
left it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so what we didn't tell. It's in. I think I filmed it in the video. That's wait. Did I film that? I can't remember now. Maybe I didn't film it. I should film that. I don't think I filmed it. Anyway, we found one of the. There's two oil cooler lines that run from the transmission to the heat exchanger, and one of them someone cracked the banjo fitting, and they epoxied it.
Oh my god.
They probably held it with pliers and tried to tighten it down and cracked it, and it was leaking. And they're like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna put some goop on here to seal it."
Yeah. So we're like taking stuff apart, and Austin, we're like, what is all this white shit on the banjo bolt? We're like, what the hell? And it was like, holy crap, someone snapped that thing, and instead of replacing the line, which wasn't even that expensive, the new line was only like $200 and something. So I'm like, why wouldn't you just replace that? Like, okay, it's not like it's that expensive. I understand when you break something, it's really expensive. You're like, oh, how can I fix this?
Yeah.
But oh well.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And you paid somebody to put that stuff on there.
I wonder if, I mean, obviously
You go back
it
to
had
that shop.
whoever did the last clutch job, because it had a Hill Engineering bearing on it, so it's already had the clutch replaced, sure, at some point. So
Someone charged you $9,000 to fix that? No.
Crap.
No
Man.
way.
Was that Ferrari at Fort Lauderdale? I better stop because I might have to use one.
yeah, right. At some point you're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny. What's the
I would love,
delta
I
and
would
stuff
love
that
to see
Dan
the
can
receipt.
keep
Yeah,
on
yeah.
doing?
I want to see those receipts just to see what all they did and what
God.
they charged.
Yeah.
That'd be really fascinating. Oh, where are you on the
Uh,
wait, 355? You mean?
Yeah. Waiting
Yeah.
on the headers.
Oh, yeah, there it is. 355.
We got headers coming from Fab Speed that I'm going to put on it.
We still
They have
gotta
to hook this up.
do the double, triple, quadruple check on the.
I did
I'm-
one side already.
Was
With
it
the new
off by
gauge.
3?
It was, yeah.
How?
I don't know. I adjusted it and I got it dialed in.
Okay, so the good news is our cheapo gauge was actually correct.
I think so.
All right, we just spent like $300 and some odd
I will say that the new gauge is way more precise. Like it
Oh, yeah.
refreshes faster, so it's easier to like do it slowly and watch the numbers change.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we had a cheapo Amazon digital gauge that was like $50, right? And we're like, I don't know if I can trust this thing. So we bought the 300 and whatever dollar Mitoyo gauge,
The
Japanese one, and tried that out. And all right, well,
he's actually. I watched his video on how to get the engine out of the car. That's how I figured out how to do it. I watched Auto Technic's video.
yeah.
And
No,
and his video on how to set the timing and everything. I watched that too. So that's how I'm figuring it out. It's very detailed and it's really good.
We've been chatting with him.
Yeah,
about
he wants to
doing
do a collaboration video with us at some point.
Yeah, if any of you have a good idea for a collab between us and Nick, we'd love to hear it. Because the original plan was we were going to do the Testarossa Major with Nick and have that be a collab. But then we sold it, so that kind of threw that out the window.
Yep.
The problem is like he's a busy guy and trying to get his time is challenging because he's trying to spin up his business. So I don't know if you can think of an interesting short series or something that we could film with him over the course of maybe like 2 or 3 days, because I don't think he has more, like I don't think he can hang out for a week or something. But yeah.
What's he doing a conversion on?
Oh, it's a 430.
Oh. What kit is he using?
Good question. I don't know. I would assume maybe.
I mean, that's he can probably do that with his eyes closed. It's not hard.
Yeah, it seems like that's easy stuff for him.
For him, I'm sure it's no problem. Yeah, I'll be curious if he does like a Machina kit and he has to program the ECUs. Is he going to do that, or is he going to send them out?
I bet he did Dr. S.
He might have. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll ask him. But well, we
Greg,
have.
How much have you spent on that car? Do you have a number?
I don't think he wants to publicly admit it.
Yeah, right.
It'll be cathartic. Let it out.
Yeah.
Well, we had the yellow 360 we had at Machina getting a conversion, and Josh drove it back and he's like, dude, this thing drives so good.
Nice.
Yeah, like that bought it's going to be happy with it.
Yeah, and then we did like the old exchange, so we have another 430 at Machina getting the conversion, and then we're going to be installing a Machina kit on my old 430, so we were just going to do that ourselves. So I mean, yeah, lots of conversions still happening. We obviously still love doing conversions and generally are using Machina the most. So I don't know, it's convenient. They're right down the street.
Nice.
Tyler, any plans for a 48 tune?
Nope. It's under warranty. It will remain under warranty at least for another year. So
Does Machina make their own kit? Yes. I'm assuming you're talking about the kit. Yeah, they manufacture the kit themselves. So
Greg's at 70 to 80K above what you paid already.
Ouch.
that's a unusual. You've had an unusual ownership experience.
yeah.
Because that car's had lots of stuff. Man.
What's the time frame on that? Over 5 years looking.
It's probably gone up in value 70 grand over 5 years.
You were still breaking even.
That's like 1.5 times typical. Because I would say if you averaged out most 430 owners, they probably spend, like, if you averaged it out, probably like 3 to 5 grand a year, right? Because like it's big chunks. Like you'll have very cheap year, nothing, and then you're like, okay, we're gonna replace all the ball joints and whatever, and then spend like 8 grand or something like that. But man, you've had some unusual things go wrong in that car.
Yep.
How long does it take to do a conversion? I mean, we usually say 1 to 2 weeks just to be safe, because I don't know if we've ever had one go 100% without hiccups, maybe one or two. Like Josh and I have done a conversion in like 2 days, and that's with like us spending 12 hours a day on it, two of us. But typically you only have one person working on it, and so then it slows down, and then inevitably some bolt breaks or some stupid thing goes wrong, and next thing you know, it takes an extra week. And a lot of that's because you have to order some part and you're waiting on the part, right? So,
Yep. Or something breaks, like you always talk about pulling it out.
yeah. I mean, there's certain bolts. It's funny now that we've done it so many times. There's certain bolts, you know, that you got like a 50-50 shot.
Like include them in the purchase.
Actually, we have started for some of them. We're like, oh, we have a track record of these bolts breaking, so let's just keep them in stock in case.
I love it.
Like,
Dan,
Yeah.
did you hear from the father and son duo that took the upgraded turbo 488 up to Ohio? Did they
yeah, they made it. They
had a good time?
Yeah, they did say it went into lit mode 2 more times, but that's it. So he's not sure. He's gonna drive it some more and let me know if it's having issues. Because if it is, we can tone down the tune, and they'll
Yeah, I
probably.
think the tune's pretty aggressive on it.
It was a little more aggressive because of the uprated turbos, so they can. But it wouldn't be a big deal to just tune it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
But mechanically, it's all good. So that's
yeah. No complaints otherwise. And they said they had a great time.
nice.
Super fun, all that stuff. So that's great. Yeah, that was a good email to get. I was like, phew, glad.
I bet.
Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because that was our first time doing turbos like that, and you never know. You're just like, okay, like I think everything's right. Everything's done according to what we can tell. All right, So
Cool.
yeah, this Ferrari looks kind of pink in the camera. It's not.
The question for Tyler.
Yeah. The Dragon trip was a good, like, getting to drive that car in anger and get to see what it can do, because it was not, the tires weren't even squealing. Like, it was my holding the car back on those roads. Like, it could have done more, no problem.
Oh, there you go. That's him with the 48. Wonderful drive back. Put 3 hours on it this week. No limp mode.
Nice.
That's good. I think some of it was the older gas.
I think that the boost was just a little bit too high, and it hits a certain point, and the car's just like, nope.
Well, I think 2 things. One, older gas. And he said he didn't even have 93 in it when we first were driving it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, 90. You got to have 93, and I think hitting the fuel cutoff at 8,600 RPMs or whatever, I don't think it likes that, because it's running 22 pounds of boost, and then it starts pulling back.
Yeah.
And I think the computers are just like, whoa, hold on, homie. Like that's skating. You're skating the edge of what I want to tolerate.
Yeah.
Right.
The other possibility is it's now running more boost, so it's running the fuel system really hard, and the fuel system may run out of steam after you run it through multiple gears up to red line.
Yeah.
Because if you think about, like, if you run 4th gear all the way up to red line, that's quite a few seconds where it's up in the 8,000 RPM range or so, really stressing the fuel system. So, oh, well, that doesn't suck. On a plane heading to Italy, we had a Ferrari museum this week. Oh,
Nice.
life sucks.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. Are you doing the extended factory tour, or are you just doing like the basic tour? I hope you're doing the big tour that you can do as an owner.
I
So,
didn't know there
How
was.
do you prove that you're an owner?
Yeah.
you have to talk to the dealership.
Oh.
So the dealership has to like get you authorization to do like the special tour. Oh, you need to look into it. Yeah. Yeah, you got to talk to a dealer. Unfortunately, it's done through dealers.
Gotcha.
Oh, is the Pikes Peak race soon? I guess so.
It's all
I haven't
paved now. I feel like it's lost a little bit of its luster to me.
Oh, isn't Goodwoods in January or July, right?
Yeah,
It's still on my bucket list.
I know. I still want to go do that.
Like we've done a lot of the big car things, like Monterey multiple times and whatever. Like Goodwood's still like. I would even be fine going to like Goodwood Revival. It doesn't even have to be the Goodwood Hill Climb. Like any of the Goodwood events look pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the racing that they do there is so legit. I mean, honestly, those are some of my favorite races to watch. Is like when they run the old cars, the era appropriate cars and stuff. Like it's just so good.
100%. Overpowered and undertired.
Oh, dude,
Every-
these little things.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's
it's exactly
hard.
a month away. We can still go.
They have that really long camera shot where you see them just like slide around the corner and then they barely get grip and they come around the corner the other way and it's just four-wheel sliding like crazy. And you're just like,
Dang.
hell
That'd be
no,
cool
I
to go
don't
to
want
that.
to do that.
The huge balls just flapping behind them.
Yeah.
They're like, hold on, I gotta sit down, tuck my balls.
He's gonna throw him over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Extra drag.
Oh man. I have not seen Matt Moore's or is it Moore's? Yeah. Anyway, his place in Helen, Georgia. We should look into that though. It'd be fun. It looks. I mean, from what I've heard, because I haven't seen it, but he sounds awesome. So, yeah, dude. The water last night, the rain was just nuts, absolutely nuts. I was I was kind of laughing because we have that little stream on the side of our property, and they added a much larger drain pipe under the road, and it still exceeded the capacity of that drain pipe because the water went over the road again, and it picked up all this debris, and it ended up moving this massive tree trunk and dumping it right on the temple's driveway.
Aw.
It blocked their driveway, and it's like, I mean, this is probably like a 1,200-pound tree trunk just, and I'm like, oh my god, like how did the water move that thing? I mean, that's just insane. And it I was just laughing though. I'm like, well, if they come asking for help, I'm not helping today. Oh man. Yes, the 360 barn find is supposed to arrive. I thought it's not even there yet. They are so bad at estimates for transports. They said between like 6 and 7 p.m. and it's almost 9. And that's Georgia, so that's 10 o'clock there, right?
That's going to be great.
That's gonna be a fun project.
Mhm.
I think that's gonna be really fun.
It'll be a nice car when it's all done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, truckers, they're just I don't know.
Where in
Holy
Georgia?
crap. 8 inches on the east side of Houston. Holy crap. I mean, I know they said that some of the hill country was expecting 5 inches. My house only saw 1.5, but I was kind of at the northern edge of the storm.
Yeah.
So the shop was further south. And the shop got it worse than my house. But Josh said he didn't even get hardly anything.
We got some rain, but not much, and I'm south of that, so I don't know. It's kind of random.
Maybe it's
Wow.
just patchy or something.
Y'all
But-
had a rough couple months.
It's been dude, this has been the greenest year I can remember in a long time. Like I haven't hardly had to water my lawn at all, and it's like the grass is just growing like crazy.
And what's crazy is the lake's not really filling up.
Yeah. It's not raining the right spot for the lakes, which sucks.
Yeah.
Is the GT all sorted? No. I got the alternator's fixed, but I have new tires for it.
Ooh,
I want to change the gearbox oil, and I want to change the clutch fluid, the brake fluid, and probably do an oil change. And I think I killed my either wheel bearing or CV joint
Ooh.
on the right side because it's making some grindy noises,
Fun.
especially when you're turning left.
Mm.
So it's putting pressure on that right rear corner, and you can hear it go. And you're like, "Ooh, okay, that's at the end of life."
And you can take one of those Avon tires and make a coffee table out of it.
Yeah.
Got to hold
That's
on to
true.
at least one of them.
Almost should keep those old Avons, huh?
Mm-hmm. They just look cool.
They do,
Yeah.
especially if you painted the Avon white on it or something. That'd be kind of cool. Josh lives in a gated community with a fingerprint
No.
and check.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I live in the hill country where there's anything goes.
Yeah. I think Jocko's fine as far as I know. I mean, I don't know.
He's going through his divorce, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in like 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yep.
Painful.
Yeah. Less than ideal.
Speaking of, anyone heard from Gabe lately?
We've heard he's doing fine. Last we heard, kiddo's fine, wife is fine, everything's good. I figure when he's ready to come back to life, he'll let me know. I didn't want to bother him. Like, I'm sure he's elbow deep in kid shit right now.
Literally.
I'm sure he's got like other things to worry about other than doing our Thursday Night Live.
What you don't understand is that Reliable just uses the same drivers that we use.
Well, Reliable, I mean, if you actually go to Reliable and you only use Reliable,
If you use them, their actual company, like their carrier to do it, then yes, but it costs twice as much.
oh, more than twice.
Yeah.
They're like $3,000,
But
$4,000.
if you just have them book it for you, they're going to use the cheap guys.
Yeah.
Oops.
And the other problem is then they not only is it way more expensive, it's way slower.
Yeah.
And they usually have like centralized hubs. So like your car is going to be loaded and unloaded multiple times. So as much as like these guys that we use are not the world's greatest about estimating time, for some reason like time is just a concept they don't understand.
They
But
had a device that estimated their arrival in their pocket.
right, I don't know why they can't use the device that has the wonderful thing that predicts things for you and gives you an ETA. And it's like, okay, if it says like it's going to be 3 hours, well then add some time to it.
Yeah.
Say, hey, ETA says 3 hours, could be 4.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm driving and I've got a long drive and someone's like, what's your ETA? I can usually get it to within like 15 minutes on like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah. Like I need fuel twice and stop to pee or food in once. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard. I mean, I don't understand. Anyway, whatever.
Yep.
I guess they just whatever. But generally, we've had good luck with them not screwing up the cars, and that's what we care about. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I would like the cars to get there fast and undamaged.
Right.
That's like top priority is no damage.
Yeah.
Secondary is fast. But as far as like some of the other stuff, I'm willing to tolerate the fact that I can't really communicate with them very well. They don't speak English. That's fine. We've had enough of them that we know what to point at and what to kind of motion towards, and certain keywords they may or may not understand. I will say there's some that you're just like, what are you doing, dude? And you're like, okay, no, like this is unacceptable. You're gonna have to change some, like this one dude was loading and he had a very, very heavy car in the front of the trailer. And so his truck was just sagging like crazy. And so the trailer is tilted way forward. So the rear of it is really, really high. So the tailgate's at a very steep angle. And and he's like trying to like get everything set up, and I'm like, there is no way in hell that car is going to go up that ramp. He's like, oh, I try, and I'm like, okay, I've already signed for it, so it's your liability, but I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
And he gets it like a millimeter away from it scraping, and I'm like, no. He's like, it won't, no, and I'm like, no. And he like gets out and he looks at it, huh? Like, yeah, no shit. So then he had to like undo all the tailgate, whatever shit, and then he put some ramps under the truck so that the truck went up in the air, so it tilted the trailer back. I'm like, yeah, why don't you do that in the first place, you dumbass? Like,
Couldn't just pull the other car out and swap positions.
I mean, that's a lot of work,
Well, it's probably a safer load.
There was something, yeah. Well, he was 100% exceeding the tongue weight rating of that. Like, I was like, holy shit, there's no way you could pay me to drive that thing down the road. That thing, good thing you have insurance and stuff, because that does not look safe at all. But yeah, 4 days late.
Jeez.
Holy crap. Well, the Testarossa was 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4. It was 4 days late. It was supposed to be on a Monday, and they picked it up on a Thursday. Well, you know, yeah.
Picked up is better than being dropped off late, though. At least they don't have your car somewhere in the country. You don't know where it's at.
Yeah. No, the drop off is way more like the time after pickup duration is more important than picking up late. I'd rather that have it. No, I mean, we've been using what we have like 2 main brokers and a like third broker that we started using recently. So we kind of have 3 brokers, and they vet everyone, and they don't go through Central Dispatch. They have their own network of people. So by the time that someone's transporting for us, it's not like this is their first time, or it's not like it's some new company that spun up last night. So I feel pretty comfortable that they're not going to like suddenly just go to Mexico and the car's going to disappear forever. Yeah. What is this? 100K car you love and baby, or a 50K car you drive hard and track? Are you saying like you get $100,000 car and a child?
No. Which would you rather have? A car that you baby, or a cheaper car that you can run the wheels on?
That you baby the car.
Yeah.
Why not drive the 100K car hard?
I was literally thinking of like a child. I'm like, dude, you can't put a money value on a child or whatever. Sorry. I guess I'm in that world now where like I think of it like that a lot. Yeah. But the problem is like there's a big gap between a 100K car and a 50K car. If it was like $120,000 F430 that you pamper because it's perfect, or a $90,000 F430 that you beat the snot out of, I'd probably take the $90,000 F430 and beat the snot out of it.
Yeah,
because I'm fine with having a car that looks a little bit ragged if I get to have fun with it. But
it's fair. Yeah,
100K car and a 50K car. I mean, the 50K car might be substantially not as cool as the 100K car. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking a Porsche versus a Mustang in those numbers. So
yeah.
I'd rather flog the shit out of the Porsche and have a Ferrari. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever.
Interesting scale.
Yeah. Oh, so he just went through all the places.
Oh no,
it's worse.
It is worse.
He got quiet there for about 10 minutes trying to figure this out.
Yeah. He's been crunching numbers.
Oh boy. Is there 6 decimal places?
Oh.
Holy crap.
That's not worse. That's almost
you
double.
do need a McLaren, Greg. Damn.
That's an F430.
I was saying you bought an F430 in repairs.
Does that include the new tires? New wheels?
Oh no. If it doesn't, dude. Oh Lord.
Right. Jeez Louise. I hope you enjoy that car.
No. Shit. So it's 120 something.
Oh no, man.
Uh,
Oh, jeez. Right, Gerald. Like, no. Yeah, all the rest
look,
of us.
look on Scott's face. He's thinking the same thing. Like 40 grand was nothing. Shit.
For sure.
Dude, I haven't even. I don't have everything on the invoice yet, but I haven't even gotten to 10 grand. It's close,
Damn.
really, really close, but it doesn't have the return shipping yet. So you're definitely gonna be over 10 grand, Scott. Sorry.
It doesn't have the what yet?
Your return shipping.
Yeah. There's that. Does that include in the respray for the bumper?
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh, you're doing more stuff then.
We talked to Podium, and they gave a really good number for respraying the front bumper, because it turns out there's 2 cracks on his front bumper.
Oh shit.
Actually, there's more than 2. There's one on one side, and there's like, it almost looks like 2 or 3 on the right, on the passenger
Right.
Are you
side.
gonna
Yeah,
put
the
a PPF on it after you paint it?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let
That's
it cure.
yeah. It's I actually appreciate the fact that y'all can do it, because y'all have worked with this guy and vetted him before. I'd have to go through the whole rigmarole of vetting someplace and getting in line and stuff. So
He'll do it. He'll do it right. He painted Casey's Pista, and he was working on an F8 in there, so I have no. worries on that.
They're Porsche
Good.
certified. There's only 2 places in Austin that are Porsche certified. They're one of them. So
Nice.
and the cool thing is, like, we've got a great relationship with him. He's a really good guy, and he's like, yeah, when you guys call me, I get it. I'm gonna let you guys cut in line, because you need cars to get done now. Like, I know how it is. And we're like, all right, cool. So he's, yeah.
Heck yeah.
So like, if like if a normal peasant sent their car to him, and they'd be all like, oh, it's gonna be like a 3-week backlog or whatever before we even start it. And for us, he's just like, I'll start it today. We're like,
That's good. That's good news.
no, he's awesome. Really,
For y'all
like
that
him.
haven't seen it, like I went on a run with some tuner guys, Supras, GTRs, all built things, and I was behind them, of course, but my front end got really damaged, just rock chips everywhere.
Yeah, the front bumper looks terrible from rock
It
chip.
looked like I took it on like a dirt rally or something.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, to respray the hood and everything would be a lot.
Yeah, we'll just worry about the bumper.
Yeah. No. Oh, where was it? Was I surprised at how well the dirt spreading worked out? It did work out very well. It was able to handle. So, to be fair, the storms that were typical, it handled flawlessly. It's that monster storm that came through last night that it failed. And honestly, we needed to be able to handle that, because we get that, like, I don't know, once or twice a year.
Yeah, easy.
And it's just super frustrating when you come into the shop and you have mud on one half of the shop. So you're spending the next 2 hours cleaning it up. It's just a pain in the ass. But anyway, what do you pay for full 430 paint job, for example? Not sure, but a nice repaint. I don't know. We've never
probably
had
about 20 grand.
Yeah, I would assume it's gonna be at least 20 grand. Yeah. Oh, his total number does have upgrades, including headers, ECU tunes, high flow cats, brake rotors, brake flushes, track inspections, and even FCA events. Okay, well, still.
So there's some fun mixed in there.
Yeah. I think if we had not dug out that hill, it would have been worse. But what sucked is, because we disrupted all the dirt, it had like new silt that came in with the water. So it deposited all the silt inside the shop instead of just mostly water with a little bit of mud. This was like a lot of mud and some water. So it was harder to clean up this time than typical. As far as like the volume of water that came in, I think it was lower than the last time we had a storm that hit that hard.
That's good.
Yeah.
Greg, I think you're doing just fine.
Yeah. Your OnlyFans is popping.
Careful, he was actually talking about that last weekend. So AI OnlyFans.
Oh man. I don't. Did Alan get through the PPF?
I helped him
Glue?
do the hood and the bumper. He got it all off. He was doing the side skirts when I left.
Oh man. Okay.
Dang.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Which
Is
car?
he gone or
The yellow
360.
360. So we were using the steam method, and the steam was causing the adhesive to separate from the PPF,
no?
and so it's sticking on the paint. So the good news is none of the paint was getting damaged. The bad news is now the car was just coated in adhesive, and
Dude,
so you got to use adhesive remover. So, and like he was basically like having to rub it until it balls up. So he'd spray on the adhesive remover and then like rub it until it turns into balls, and then you could flick the balls off the paint. Yeah, I was gonna make some. I was gonna nip that one in the bud, but yeah. Can I go co-own NG Super Feet in supercars?
Absolutely.
Oh man.
What's the split you're offering, Greg?
Oh Lord. The pond was pretty legit. I mean, that was a good sized pond. You could have had some little fishies and stuff swimming. There were some fish in the stream the other day. 51.49.
Fair.
I mean, if I don't have to really work hard at it, I'm in.
All you
You're
gotta do
the
is provide
sniper.
cars. Yeah.
Yeah, if we just provide the cars, if someone else provides the feet and the cameras, then I'm good. Super feet.
Know any foot models?
Oh Lord.
That's gonna be his next question if you want a model.
Oh Lord. I feel like I need another beer after that. Yeah. I'll go get a beer.
Fair enough.
Right back. Ugh.
I was gonna have him try the boiling water method. I've never tried that.
Hmm.
You like lay a towel over it and then you pour boiling water on it, and it's supposed to help get the PPF off. Yeah, we
Sounds-
used like a 3M adhesive remover in a spray in a can that got it off.
Is there any risk of that, like taking paint?
No,
Okay,
no,
that's
it's
good.
not. It's not. It's got like I don't even know what the heck is in it. It's not gonna be damaging the clear coat or anything.
Yeah.
It's not like paint thinner or something.
All right.
I feel like every time we've removed PPF, when we use heat, there's like a fine balance of how much heat to use, because too much heat causes it to like it rips
Yeah.
the PPF or delaminates the adhesive or whatever. So it's like you almost need to do a little bit of heat, but not too much heat. So I don't know if it's like boiling is the like what's the temperature that's the right temperature, you know? I don't know.
Well, let's
No comment.
let's get some paperwork going.
Drafting up your business plan.
do it.
I'll have AI write up a contract, and then you can look it over.
Uh,
Oh yeah. We need to get some of that.
Oh yeah, we do, and we need to get the keg refilled.
We gotta get the keg. We killed the keg finally.
oh, finally. Dang. All right.
Yeah,
Both of them or just one?
just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance I go up there tomorrow.
Oh, you coming up tomorrow?
I don't know.
No, okay.
I got too much to do at work, but
Not if there's no beer. I mean,
yeah, right.
Well,
You can
have
drive-
Prosecco
You can
still.
drive the tractor.
Ooh.
You get to drive a tractor and drink beer. You should come by.
I mean,
Potentially at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, definitely at the same time.
We can
Come on.
definitely do it at the same time.
Now
I don't
that-
have a cup holder to leave it empty.
So you know
we
what's
drunk
sad?
drive on private property.
Yes, you can drunk drive on private property.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, why
Dude,
not?
when we were at Drive Tanks, it was hilarious because everyone's like, "Wait a minute, we're on private property." So we're like cracking beers, came in the cup holders and stuff. We're like, "Yeah, let's drive around with a beer. This is great."
I love it. I looked into the prices on that. They have like a Sherman experience, and it's only like $3,500.
That's for one shot, right?
Oh, I know, but it's like
One
you gotta
shot.
shoot the
Oh my
50 cal
God.
as well and
Oh,
drive
dude.
it.
Oh, and
So-
drive it. Okay.
Yeah.
You could split it, I think, 4 ways.
Yeah.
How many
think they-
fireworks could you buy for $3,500 though?
All of them.
Oh,
You get to shoot the only working Sherman tank in the United States.
okay. I feel like maybe
That'd
we
be
should
cool,
do a big 4th of July fireworks thing at our shop.
Oh,
I
Steve
don't know if
left
we're
me.
allowed to do fireworks out there.
I think you are because it's not in the city limits.
Remember, I had to call the fire department about using the fire pit.
Mm.
No,
And
I
they
think we
asked
did
where
out
we
of
were
a-
located. They asked where we were located. I told them, and they were like, "Oh, you still have restrictions there."
Do
So
we?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
Do it in the cul-de-sac. They'll
we
never
could.
know.
We could. Yeah, we could do it in a cul-de-sac. That's a
It could
great
be a-
place to shoot fireworks off.
Oh, I mean that's a perfect place to shoot them.
Yeah.
Steve left me a giant crate of artillery shells, so
Ooh.
it's like
Could be
an
an ask
obscene
for
amount.
forgiveness. Ask
I mean-
for forgiveness thing, not an ask for permission thing.
My neighborhood, even though technically we're like, so you can't do fireworks within, I think it's like a half a mile of a state park or something like that. And I'm not even kidding you. Like our neighborhood is right at a half a mile.
Oh, dang.
So technically we're like not supposed to, but like no one in our neighborhood gives a shit. And even though it's against like the HOA bylaws, no one cares. So I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. I'm one of those people that like, I'm like, dude, blow up shit if you want to. You know,
We
I don't-
actually sold the Prado, but we are going to list the coaster on Cars and Bids when we
Yeah.
get around to it.
a YouTuber building a go-kart track and having car YouTubers race go-karts drunk would be awesome.
An insane liability, but very awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sign away your life before you hop on this go-kart. But
Yeah.
okay.
You're gonna pay a lawyer to vet that contract. So,
Chat GPT a waiver.
Yeah.
Sign
Yeah.
your life away.
I wonder how much property the property next to us is, how many acres?
Mm.
I mean, that property's got to be many millions of dollars, but I'm like, man, it would be awesome. Could you imagine owning that property and then putting like a rally car track back there?
oh
be
hell
cool.
yeah!
There's all those dead oak trees you could.
Yeah, like
you could
running around
drive
those
through
oak trees.
oaks.
Oh.
That would be cool.
I mean,
I mean,
We could contact the owner and say, "Hey, can we do this on your
I
property?"
saw them on their 4-wheeler today.
You did?
Yeah, the first time I've ever seen someone on that property that
Hmm.
wasn't a cop. I don't know why. This is weird. So you're going down our street, right? And on the left side, as you're heading towards our shop, is like the property that's kind of derelict and whatever. And there's 2 entrances to it.
yeah.
And one of them is just like a dirt path and it just goes into nothing. And I was driving down it, and we usually go pretty quick on our street because we're the only ones there. So we're going like, I don't know, 60, 70 miles an hour, which if you ever see our street, you'll be like, really? You guys go that fast? We're like, yeah. But anyway, my radar detector is going off, and I'm like, this has to be a false reading. And I was like, it's really strong. I'm like, I'll slow down. And here's a cop chilling back there on that dirt path.
He saw
I'm
your
like-
cop video and was like, "That guy's right. That's a good spot."
Was he trying to get us speeding down the road?
I think he was doing paperwork.
with his radar.
Well,
Or he
the-
was watching something on his laptop?
Yeah.
the Liberty Hill police vehicles, all of their radars are on all the time, which is great because it makes them really easy to avoid.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, I don't worry at all about speeding in Liberty Hill because all their radars are on all the time. So I'm like, oh, I got plenty of warning.
Yeah, that's a huge lot. That would be an awesome little rally track.
A very large piece of property.
Hmm.
You never know.
I'm
Might-
sure. I bet you I'm going to say 3.5 million. That's my guess.
Yeah, they nicknamed the dragon. Was it like Hillbilly Nürburgring or something?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So based on the bat scud, you could still make money in your car. That's awesome. I hope so. Although
Are you going to
shouldn't.
sell it anytime soon? Or I mean, you kind of have to hold on to it now at this point.
You've replaced the whole car.
Yeah.
You're a very good businessman.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Just didn't see his passenger in the front. I mean, I wasn't going to stop and ask what he's doing. The entire time we've been there, we've seen cop cars come down our street, I think 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's actually 4 lots.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it looks like one. What's the price of that? There's no price on the 4th one, but it's at least 2 million.
How big are they?
say how many acres?
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Since they're off market, it doesn't
I
say.
can look it up.
Yeah. I think it might be the same family that owns the ranch on the other side of the street.
It says there should be 1,000 square foot home on the one right next to you, and that's not. There's nothing there.
Really?
Maybe it burnt down.
Did I tell you that there was a house on our property that burnt down?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was that?
Where I parked the trailer.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah. Well, I'd heard someone say that, oh, they're like, oh, you're back by where that house burnt down. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I don't know where it was. And I thought it was further down past by where they're building the road. Because you used to be able to drive past the temple and the water treatment plant and then keep going. And then the road just kind of like turned into grass. Like it just kind of like dissipated. And there was like a really like derelict building back there. And I thought, oh, maybe that thing was caught on fire or something. But apparently no. So, huh.
Oh, the lot on the first entrance is 14.7 acres.
Nice.
You could shoot on it.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder
You
how
know,
many.
we hear gunshots all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Zillow estimates 900,000.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's pretty
Really?
good for right
Under.
there.
Dude, I would. Damn, I would totally rock that if I had the money.
Yeah. Major caveat. If I had
Dang. Well. Car Building Cowboy on Instagram said, thanks for sharing all the info on the Mechanical 430 stuff on YouTube, Dan. Good stuff. You are welcome. Thanks for thanking me. Greg said, I don't know what I would do if I did sell it. Pistas and Specialized are so expensive, and I'm kind of stuck in the market. If I jump out, nothing will keep up like that. The funny thing is, now you missed the Speciale boat. Those things
way hard. Yeah.
skyrocketed in the last year. They're all up over like $100,000. It's crazy.
We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
We called that years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Putting the Liberty at Liberty Hill. Pew, 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 pew. Don, I think we Dan. Do people have, or maybe it's do people have all their financing sorted? Why at the time they contact you? Yes. I mean, generally, well, not always. That's
People
not true.
don't finance.
It's like, I'd say it's like 60-40 people pay cash versus finance.
I don't know. When's the last time we dealt with finance, Kai? It's been a while.
It's true. It has been a little bit. We've seen more of it when the interest rates were cheaper.
Yeah.
How is the overall car market right now? Generally, buyers market, sellers dipping, stable. I mean, the supercar market, because general car market we don't know, but supercar market seems to be actually doing well. Like prices are going up, and people are buying crap like crazy. So I think it's kind of a bit of a seller's market because prices are going up. So if you're holding the car, you're probably doing okay. Yeah. Hearing gunshots isn't bad. Hearing bullets is a problem.
Very
Agreed.
true.
Yeah. No, we hear gunshots all the time at our house, and every time we're just like, oh, probably a rattlesnake or something, like some vermin or something. So never really bothers us. Has anyone ever spent the night at the stub? I mean, not us.
Yeah.
Dan, have you heard anything about Cario Motors recently? I saw somebody short the other day saying that they're still up to their scamming ways and to watch out for them because they're the worst and blah blah blah. But
Not surprised.
Yeah, no, I wasn't surprised either. But they gave an example of I knew I should have remembered this before I started talking. But a couple of examples of cars where they were lying about the condition, or one had been wrecked, or one had been tuned and didn't have stock cats and exhaust on it, but sold it as stock, that type of thing.
Yeah, the last I haven't had anyone contact me about them in quite a while. For a while there, I was getting quite a frequent contacts, but I think my video has kind of been pushed down in the algorithm. There's another YouTuber who talked about it recently on one of their podcasts, and I saw that, and it was like, yeah, exactly what you just said. I was like, yeah, no shock here.
They have 9 Speciale Apertas.
Yeah.
What? Is that really?
They have all the things.
Cario does?
9 of them?
Cario?
Dude, I don't understand. The math of their inventory makes no sense. I mean, they've got to have over 100 million.
They're running some serious money through that place somehow. Somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, what?
That's the picture they're going to show in the newspaper when he goes to jail.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly. Ugh.
I honestly haven't heard anything about Clay in a while. I missed out or didn't pay attention to the court stuff. Oh, sorry. It's that time. Dan's like almost turned into a pumpkin.
I would say
no.
I don't know. It's borderline.
Yeah.
It's borderline.
The V10.
It's a mid-engine, The newer ones have the V10 Lamborghini engine. I don't know. It's borderline.
Yeah. I guess.
I think it's a good car if you want to fly under the radar and have a car.
I mean, they're pretty. It's pretty notable.
Well, you get a low key color on those. Like I had that gray one, and it was very stealth kind of.
I'd say is the attention factor substantially lower than probably a red Ferrari, obviously.
Yeah,
and that's definitely not. R8 is nothing like an M5.
Greg has the right answer.
If you have to ask, it's not.
Yeah, maybe. So Porsche is not.
nor is the ZR1.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
I would say no.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Although 48s are going up.
Yeah. Close that gap where it's not $100,000 like gap, then maybe.
Yeah.
But
you're really paying $100,000 to have a car that's arguably more attractive.
I think the F8 does look better for sure.
I think it looks better, but the performance is not substantially
different. Performance is, I mean, it's really, really similar.
Yeah. So you're
I
basically
do like the plexiglass back window.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. And the interior is a little better. I like the steering wheel better.
The tech is substantially better.
Yeah, it feels like a modern car inside versus.
Well, the 488 does too, though.
Yeah, but it's dated.
It feels like an older modern car.
But the thing is if you get somebody that doesn't know about them and you put them even in a 458, they're gonna be this could have came out today. They don't know. But then when you sit in a 458, then you get in a 488, then an F8, and you go back to the 458, you're like, oh, this feels kind of dated.
Yep. Old 12-volt incandescent lights and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, let's hook up my Bluetooth. Oh, wait. let's change the stereo. How?
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
Absolutely can do that. Yes. If it's an auction, though, you'd want to contact us ahead of time so that we would have time to research it or go look at it or whatever. But yes, we could definitely do that.
You could theoretically actually go look at a car for a bad auction, right? But that would be a challenge. I mean, you'd have a very limited time frame. The plane tickets are probably going to be really expensive because it'd be last second flights. That's one thing is we try our best to book the flights like 1 or 2 weeks out, just because the difference in cost for a flight that's 2 days out versus a week out is usually like half. And if you can get it 2 weeks out, it's half again. So, yeah. Yeah, the Jeep is gone. And actually, so is the Corvette that was traded in on it. That's gone too.
Nice.
Yep. Oh, the Corvette buyer, who's super cool.
I think we need to get more Corvettes because they seem to sell pretty quick. They had a lot of interest in it.
It's hard to get. Well, dude, okay, you can list the Corvettes on Facebook
and answer the calls.
I had 1,000 people make the craziest offers and so many low balls, and I listed that car. So the estimated retail value of that car was like 68,000, and I listed it at 65. So I'm 3,000 below retail, right? So it's already approaching wholesale, and it's almost at MMR. So it's almost what dealers are paying for the thing. And man, people out there, I'll give you 45 grand, 50 grand, and I'll give you 2 shotguns, and I'll give you property, and like a giant diesel truck. And I don't even know how many Resto Mod Camaros. And I'm just like, no, God, I just want to sell it. So when the guy who bought it just was like, he asked some reasonable questions about the car, and then he's just like, I'm flying out there tomorrow morning and I'm going to buy it. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
You do have to sift through a lot of yeah.
And it was like the simplest like he was so easy to deal with after that point. It was just like, oh, yes, thank you. A breath of fresh air. Anyway, really, really, really nice guy. And he also flew out, bought it, drove it home. I love that. So
nice.
With his buddy, even better, right? Like making a road trip out of it. So that's cool.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not opposed to the C8s and stuff, but I think, the margin on them is so hard.
It'd have to be a volume play.
Yeah, because you're literally going to make $1,000 to $2,000, maybe $3,000 a car. That's it. Isn't it technically illegal to discriminate against jorts?
Only when combined with New Balances. That's when it goes into a federal offense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
He's a lawyer, so he knows what he's talking about. No, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, that car is really nice. The C8 is a very good car. I did enjoy just like tooling around in it. I drove it a decent amount back and forth between my house and the shop and stuff because I'm just like, oh, well, the super easy car to deal with, comfortable, sounds nice, stereo's great. Like, okay, hop in, go. It's funny. Meg's mom thought it was very attractive.
Really?
Yeah. So she happened to see, it was funny because she happened to see that car and she also saw the Carrera 4S because she was there the one day I drove it home. And she was like, I love these cars. These are so great. For both of them. She was like totally rocking. She's like, I'm going to try driving this Corvette. I really like this car. I'm like, you can. I'm like, all right. So it's it's interesting is we've gotten a lot of requests for Restomod trades lately.
Mm.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's a bad indicator for the older muscle car stuff. Like, and the problem with Restomods is every Restomod guy is like, oh, I've got $100,000 in receipts, so I want $100,000 for it. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It's a Restomod. You spend $100,000, it's worth like 40 grand. But because they did it themselves or whatever, and I did all the work myself, they want all the money back. And it's like, no, you don't get your money back. That's not how it works. So,
Dan, are we going to get any more apathetic car reviews from Meg anytime soon? There's mom duties. Put that on the shelf.
pretty much. It's the logistics just make it almost impossible.
Yeah.
Now I either have to have a babysitter or like something, right? Because that was both of us doing the reviews together. And so, like, am I going to go hire a babysitter so that Meg can take her weekend and do something that she doesn't really necessarily want to do that much? No, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but
Yep.
Maybe if it's the right price, but probably not. But if it's the right price, maybe.
2024. I mean,
the problem is that the car's too new. People are just going to go buy it from a Mercedes dealership. They're not going to buy it from us.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to like the number we would give you on that car. Just being honest. Because we got to factor in that's probably going to lose $20,000 sitting in our shop.
How about if I do a live bid on it? Right now, I'll tell you what we'll pay for it.
I like it. Do it.
How many miles are on it? You got to tell me how many miles.
I mean, want to make an offer on that? We It's funny because with all the last month and the month before, how well the company did, it did so in mostly because we had so many Ferraris in stock.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been saying the whole time, we're like, we should probably just stick to like the cars we really know. And man, the last 2 months really confirmed that. It's like, holy crap, when we have 360s, 430s, 458s, we just crush it because we know those cars so well. We know how to fix them up. We know how to like look at them properly to make sure that everything's the right, it's got the right stuff or whatever. So it's like, it's just makes it hard to like venture outside of those cars because every time we do something that's not one of those cars, the probability of it doing as well as we have just goes way down.
Yeah.
Now, granted, like in that same time frame, we happened to sell that Porsche C4S, and that was the first Porsche that we actually did okay on. But it was a trade-in.
Yep.
And the guy that was traded in was completely reasonable. Like he understood how it works. He's like, you're a dealer, you need a margin. Like he to give you an idea, we sold it for basically exactly what he paid for it like 1 or 2 years prior. But he sold it to us for obviously a margin. So we made that little margin.
Yep. That's cool.
But most people want all the money. So, when they want to trade in some random weird car that we're not used to and they want full retail for it, well, it's like, well, there's no point. Like for us, it's like we're not that good at selling those cars because, we don't sell them that often. We don't have the network for those cars. And that's, I guess that's part of the thing is like the people who watch our channel and all that stuff, they're looking for Ferraris. So when we have Ferraris, they come and they see the Ferraris and like, oh, I want to buy the Ferrari. I saw it in your video.
And he was a friend of a friend, right? And a car guy. So like he knows the game. So
yeah, he knows how it works. And he was totally reasonable and pleasant to deal with and stuff.
It did not, but I think you need a beater 458 in your fleet.
There you go.
I'll hook
you
you
even
up.
call it that, but
Right.
Need a hot shot 458 so you can quick run to
It's been tested.
Yeah.
This has been I don't want to say it's fast. This has been going on for about 9 years now.
Well, the dealership though is only what, 2 years old?
No, it's 4.
Well, 2 years in your building.
3.
Okay. 3. Okay.
It'll be 3. Actually, this month, 3 years.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
3 last month. We bought it in May.
Yeah, that's right.
So 3 years at the shop, 4 years doing a dealership, 9 years doing YouTube.
Yep.
6 or 7 years, I think, doing the parts and services.
And you're
So
only 4,500 away from a plaque.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
So close. Come on.
I've
Very-
been in the car business. I've been in the car business for, let's see,
Over 20.
17.
Right.
Well, if
Oh.
you count my time at the dealerships, over 20 years.
Nice. Yeah, right. The time is just.
Yeah.
Do you realize my kid's gonna be 4 next month?
Dude, my kid's about to be a teenager.
Oh my
Dang.
god,
Yeah.
dude!
Wild.
You know what messed me up is one of my best friends from when I was my childhood. His kid's in college. I was like, wait, what? Your kid's
Yeah.
in college? Oh my god, I'm old. That messed me up.
Yep.
You know how I know I'm old is actually, this is how you know we're busy. I'm so busy that now all these car events are on the weekend, and I'm literally like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go.
I don't go to hardly anything because I'm just like, I'd rather stay home and do nothing.
Right. Yeah. I'm literally like, I want to go sit in my pool with my kid and watch him swim and then just sit there and make some burgers and drink a beer.
Yeah. I had to have a talk with myself a couple of years ago about that. I had to like come to the realization, I just don't want to go to these events anymore. As much as I adore the cars,
Yeah.
I would rather sit at home and do nothing, just like Josh said.
still
Or go on a
want
drive
to.
by myself.
Yeah,
I-
I'm not
yeah,
like that early.
The problem is I want to. It's just I'm like, God,
Yeah,
like
It
I'm
doesn't help moving where you moved either, where it's at least an hour to anything. So.
Yeah, a lot of things. Well, there's that Ferrari event this weekend, and I signed up for it and I paid for it. And now that it's 2 days away, I'm like,
What is it?
Going out
It's
to
a
some
drive.
steakhouse. Yeah.
yeah, drive to the steakhouse out East Texas, and
I mean, it was only $3.50, so it's not like you're
no, it was cheap. This one was
$3.
the sign up, yeah, sign up was super cheap.
Why even charge $3?
You have to pay for access to a state park.
Yeah, they're driving
Oh.
through the Bastrop State Park.
Okay.
But now, well, so like, okay, I'm like, what car can I take? I can either take the 458 or the GT40, but the GT40 needs some work to be done, so I really don't want to take that. And so I'm like, I don't really want to take the 458 because I don't like taking shop cars because it's high risk,
It'll be a slow drive though.
which makes me not want to do it.
That too. Yeah.
Take the Mach E.
Yes. Do it.
take the
I don't know.
coaster.
The meetup spot's a waste treatment plant. Did you see that?
Was
I was like, really? You guys are meeting at a waste treatment plant? Like that's
if they got a big parking lot, I guess.
they don't. That's the other thing.
Oh, are you signed up?
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Tyler
I
doesn't have. Tyler is not tied down like we are.
Yeah, spring chicken.
Although
over
work's still obnoxious enough this year that it makes me not want to do anything on the weekends. But
here. Dan,
Oh,
drive
Oh,
the
we
coaster.
should bring the bus. We should bring the coaster, and we should all go.
Now that sounds actually kind of fun. Oh my god.
By the time you arrive, they'll be leaving.
yeah.
We'll just,
Well,
like,
it's good
shift
because
the night.
that's the restaurant's sold out. So
All right. Well, it's 9:30, everyone. So Time flies. It always goes quick. These things are fun.
Yep.
Appreciate everyone for watching. I was editing the video that's coming out on Saturday. I'm trying to think. Oh, it's more stuff, more of the same stuff. I'm glad you guys are liking the Week in the Life series because that's kind of forced me into a rhythm, and so it's kind of nice. So I try and film 3 or 4 times a day, and then I'm editing every Thursday. It's kind of like my schedule. The only problem is then when like something happens on Thursday, it screws up my whole schedule, which seems to happen about 50% of the time. But so it just kind of keeps it in a pattern. So anyway, I'm glad you guys like it because it's good, easy stuff for me to produce because I don't have to I hate to say it, but the DIY stuff, I'm tired of DIY stuff. Although, admittedly, we just ordered a set of the Meta glasses with the camera, whatever thing.
Oh yeah.
To do POV filming.
Nice.
Only in vertical.
What?
But it's good for shorts. Yeah, it's only in vertical.
No, is it only vertical?
I have some. Yeah.
No, that they do. It's horizontal, isn't it?
Not the metas. No.
I have some. I filmed a bunch of videos. Let me go look at one.
If those are only vertical, I'm gonna return them.
Yeah, return them because the Google ones are coming out soon. So.
Oh, are they? It's
Yeah.
probably gonna be shit. I should have just waited for those.
They may have had an update in the last few months, but I know as just a few months ago that it was only vertical.
Oh yeah, it is vertical.
Yeah. You can shoot your shorts that way.
I mean, the quality is pretty good.
Yeah, but that no one wants to watch a vertical driving video.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Mother.
I bought mine with the
I
hopes that
I didn't realize that.
they would update the software and let you shoot landscape, but they haven't yet. I have a feeling that once some of these competitors come out with them, they'll go ahead and get there.
Well, I guess I'm returning those.
Yeah, just wait for the Google ones. They should be out this year.
Okay.
Fair
Son
enough.
of a bitch. Well, they went on sale. They were super cheap, and I'm like, okay.
That's probably why, because they need to sell new ones that film horizontally.
Yeah, right.
They're good for filming your kids, man.
Yeah. All right, we're over.
All right.
End this.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it on a sour note. All right, we'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye.